Hey guys, welcome to the Soul on Fire show. I am super excited this week because we're going to go deep into the emotional body, and we are going to really take you to your circle of greatness. Guys, thank you so much for watching on the live. Thank you for watching on the replay. My name is Noelle Agape, and I'm a leading expert in health, wellness, and consciousness. Guys, I am so excited today. I don't know why. I've just had this amazing morning. I was connected all morning. I was dancing around my kitchen, and before the show, I just had so much energy. So I'm going to bring that all to you guys today. I'm super excited. Get ready, guys. Grab a cup of coffee, some tea, but get ready to go deep because we're going to play in the emotional body today. I'm so excited for you because we're going to bring this knowledge through you. So my week has been an interesting week, to say the least. I have learned so many lessons in the last 2 weeks of my life, probably the last 6 months of my life. And you guys know on this channel, right, that what I do, I learn and then I teach, and then I learn and then I teach. Welcome. Again, my name is Noelle Agape. I am an NLP trainer. I'm a quantum energy trainer, and we're going to take you deep into the energetic fields on the show. We're going to take you into the emotional body. But the best thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to get you to your circle of greatness. And that's what the show is about today. Is your greatness, right? At Noelle Agape Global, we see you, fully see you. And that's what we're going to teach today. We're going to teach how to get into the circle of greatness. I have had this amazing journey the last couple months of my life, and I can't even explain because it would be a whole show. It is a show. Watch the clips on YouTube. But my life the last couple months has been pretty interesting, right? And so we are going back to Tulum in June, and I just got back from Tulum. It was amazing and wonderful. Ever since Tulum, I have known my destiny is so grand and so big, and I'm here to help you guys get to that same place. So let's dive right in. And so let's talk about the circle of greatness. The circle of greatness is an energy that surrounds you, and it is always there for you to tap into, guys. It is always there for you to be amazing. It is always there for you to be a better version of yourself. And so the circle of greatness is a wonderful thing. It is your higher self, right? It truly is your higher self. And so when you understand that there's always a better version of you that you can tap into, that is what's important, is when you make a conscious choice. Okay, I'm going to make the first conscious choice is that I'm going to be better. And what I want you to do, I'm going to walk you through the circle of greatness. I'm going to walk you through how to actually tap into the energies of the circle of greatness, of your greatness. I'm going to actually walk you through how to get a better version of you. And there's some steps that I learned this week. I'm in a group called the Grant Cardone Group. And for those that don't know him, he's an amazing, incredible powerhouse. And I'm also, that's the business and the finance me. The other aspect of me is also, I'm studying to be a shaman. And so this spiritual journey has been a wonderful journey for me. Everything is God's source and universe, and I bring my love and light out into you, and I teach from that space. I went on this journey for so many years as a counselor, and then a health and wellness counselor, and then an NLP trainer and a quantum energy trainer. And now I'm moving into the shaman, understanding the shaman world and the journey of being a shaman. And truly what I'm learning is that there's always a greater version of you. There is always something that is pulling you in your destiny. And what I learned this week it's some big life lessons. I wanted to bring them to you because that's what I do, right? I learn through experience, and then I come back and I teach from the great, I'm a student in one breath and a teacher in the next. And so the circle of greatness is again, it's this energy that already exists. It's this energy of you that truly is waiting to come out. And there is two different things within the circle of greatness. And as I'm learning, I'm growing and I'm teaching at a different level, right? So the circle of greatness, how I used to teach it, is just, it's an energy that you tap into, and then you go into the circle of greatness and you merge with the energies. Instead, what I've learned now is that there are two different versions of the circle of greatness, right? So your fate is your past, right? It is your karma. It is the cause and effect. And your destiny, right? Your destiny is really, truly your future energy. And so if you don't deal with your past and your emotional wounds and everything that's going on in the inner child, you actually can't get to your destiny. And that was a big lesson for me this week, because you guys know I run retreats around the world, and we're having one in June in Tulum, and it is so amazing. We're doing Costa Rica, and we're doing Sedona. We have a tour going for you guys. Finally, Corona's over, and we get to tap into your soul revival. But let's get back to the information part. Today, Wednesdays are always informational, right? And so the rest of the time is ridiculousness, and I can't promise you that it's not going to be ridiculous, but on Wednesdays, I promise you're always going to learn, right? So let's talk about that. So your faith is you're giving your power away. Your faith is truly thinking that there is something higher power than you, and there is a higher power than you that completely says, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what your past choices, your past decisions, the upbringing that you were raised in, the socioeconomic, everything that is involved in that is completely out of your power. Your destiny is truly when you understand that your destiny is the path, and when you're a co-creator with God, source, in the universe, right? And so the co-creator role is such an interesting role around, because you have to actually be strong enough to deal with the fate. You have to be strong enough to go in and say, okay, so I'm going to negotiate. Me and God have negotiations all day, every day. We really do, guys. And so what your destiny is it is moving beyond the choices that you made in the past. It's moving beyond your parents. It's moving beyond all of the karmic lessons that have come up. It's a depth of spiritual maturity that is so deep, and it is allowing you to connect to it, right? And so there is a circle that is a circle of vortex of energy that surrounds you, that you can actually jump into, and your soul can take you on this amazing, beautiful journey, and you can talk to your destiny. And I had that conversation today, guys, and it was so amazing and so interesting. And so those of that been watching us, I went on this journey where this was my entire journey for 6 seasons now. And then Brie came in for a teeny little bit, and she's got other things going on in her life. And so we had to pivot back to it being as me as a solo. But the great thing is that I'm always going to teach. I'm always going to bring this stuff in. And she may be back, may not be, but right now she's got other things that are a priority in her life. And so what I'm doing is just pivoting. And that was part of my destiny. What came up in my destiny journey today, guys, was such a big journey, because it allowed me to see, it took me back to Tulum. I just got back from Tulum about a week and a half ago. It took me back to Tulum, and I actually went through every single thing. I went through the fear, the anxious, the trust issues, everything that I had to do. You guys know that I'm constantly doing the inner work. And my subconscious told me that everything was in divine timing. So I'm going to put 2 lessons that I learned this week together. And again, they're not mine. Alberto Villatolo is the man that's teaching me the shamanism course, and then Grant Cardone, and I'm going to merge the energies together, and we're going to come up with the circle of greatness for you. And so getting from your fate to your destiny is understanding that you're the co-creator, not just leaving fate into the hands of a higher power. You're working with the higher powers to get you to a greater version of yourself, which is truly allowing you to have power, but understanding that there's a source bigger than you, right? And so the source bigger than you is God, source, the universe, its creation, right? And I say this all the time. An acorn doesn't look at an oak tree and say, oh my God, right? What's going on? I don't think I can be an oak tree. Oh, I don't feel good enough to be an oak tree. Wow, that oak tree is really big and really powerful. I don't think I can be an oak tree. Nagor just becomes an oak tree. And when we understand that we are part of nature, right? We are part of this earth. We are part of the divine plan. That is when we understand that we have a choice too. We have free will, and the universe is never going to take away your free will ever. God's source universe will never take away your free will. And that's part of your destiny. You get to have a book. The Akashic records are the book of everything that's ever happened in every dimension of time, space, and reality, right? So it's really, from the beginning of time, of humanity, even before humanity, to all existence. That's the Akashic records. That's one book. And your life is, the fate part of that is your family history and your ancestry and your DNA and all of the things that come with you, right? The emotional trauma that your mom had when you were pregnant, or when she was pregnant with you, or your childhood from 0 to 7, or your parents, or what they had to go through. Emotional trauma can be brought down through generation from generation, and that's your fate. And so your destiny is writing a clean slate. Like, you have a brand new book, right? You have a brand new book, guys. It's so amazing. And when you understand this concept, it is the most beautiful thing in the world, because so often that the lessons that you're going in, and I say, you have soul contracts and you have sacred contracts, and that's kind of your fate and your destiny, your karma and your dharma, fate and destiny, right? And so we merge science and spirituality on this channel, and we go deep into the emotional and energetic bodies. The karma aspect of it, most of it is not yours. And you're like, wait, what? How can my emotions not be mine? Because you inherit emotions. It's an energy that comes from your parents. It comes from, 7 years back, actually. But the greatest thing in the world, guys, is that you get the book of your destiny is the greatest gift that you can get from creation, because it is your deep soul's desire. It is that still small voice that says, hey, go over here. No, Noelle, run and retreat into Loom. I promise you it's going to change your life. Change people's lives and do service. And it's going to inspire you to be your greatness, right? And so your destiny, your book of destiny, your book of greatness, your circle of greatness is this space. And I'm getting choked up because it feels that powerful to me, guys. And this is what I went through this morning. It is this space of infinite possibilities. You get to be the greatest version of you. You get to shine. You get to live your life. You get to be abundant. You get to be married to your divine love. You get to have the life that you want. So how do you do that? How do you merge the 3D and the 5D, right? That's one of everybody's biggest question is the law of attraction and manifestation, and how do we make things happen, right? First and foremost, you can manifest all day. You are manifesting all day, every day. And what does that mean? Manifestation means that whatever is going on in your inner world is showing up in your outer world, right? If your life's a shit show, your inner world's a shit show. Do the inner work, right? And I'm going to ask you to rise, because I always ask people to rise. But your destiny is not this easy journey of bubbles and unicorns, right? Your destiny is your soul, and it's your purpose, and it pulls you, and and you feel it. And it's an energy, guys. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm a TV host, or, oh, I run retreats. It is an energy that you bring out to the world, and it is your gift, your individual blueprint in this world that you get to bring out through you. You get to bring it through you out into humanity for service. It is the greatest gift you can ever have. And your book of greatness, your circle of greatness, your book of your destiny is a blank slate. And so what I do in my meditations, you guys know that I meditate an hour in the morning and an hour at night. I come out of, and there's a specific format that I use, but I learned something different. I'm going to teach you that in just a little bit, how to go even further than that, right? This specific format of manifestation. There is a format of understanding manifestation. There's a format of understanding becoming the greatest version of yourself. And so there's a story in the Bible, and you know, I'm super spiritual, and those that know me, you know, God's source of the universe is incredibly important to me. And so there's a story of the Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And so Abraham went to God and said, okay, please save Sodom and Gomorrah. It's this beautiful city, and it's this, you know, it's these amazing humans. Please save the humans. And God came and said, no, actually, really what's going to happen, and I learned this today, and it's not my information again, guys. I'm just repeating this from Alberto Villotolo. And so he came and he said, okay, so what's going to happen? I'm going to bring 50 people of sovereignty to you. And God said, no, I can't do that. Sodom looked and he couldn't find, Abraham looked and he couldn't find 50 people in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he could not find anything. So he went back to God and he said, okay, how about 10 people? I can find 10 people of sovereignty. And God said, okay, if you can find 10 people of sovereignty, then I won't destroy the city. And so Abraham kept going and he couldn't find anyone, right? But Abraham was literally the only one. But what Abraham should have done, and again, this is not my information, I'm just relaying it out to you guys. Abraham should have come and said, hey, God, you know, I am that powerful. I am one. How about one man of sovereignty? One man can change the city. In that moment, that changed my life. I've heard that story. And the reason why I told that story, again, it's not mine, but I told that story because I felt this week. I was like, okay, God, humanity needs me, and it needs me to work on me as best as I can possibly be. So how can I be better? What can I do differently? How can I treat people better? If I did something wrong, apologize. But I know what's mine and what's not mine. And that's the difference, guys. A lot of stuff came up for me this week. A lot of stuff came up, you know, with the whole show, with everything. It wasn't mine. And that's the difference between fate and destiny. Was I had a conversation with God, and I said, God, I will take on billions of people to save humanity. I will. And you have one sovereign person, but I will not take on other people's karma. And just like that, guys, just like that, my life changed. I had instant growth, and I had insane things happen within the last 24 hours of my life that are going to explode my business, explode my family for the better, explode my life. My life is going to change dramatically, and you guys will hear that story all the way through, but you'll see what's coming. But my point is that I rose. I said, God, I'm going to show up. I'll take on 10 billion people, however many people are in this world. I will not take on their karma. But this is what I need. And I went to God and I negotiated. And I said, you know, my kids and I are healthy. I'm with my divine love. And I'm, you know, my business grows because the more that I grow, I can change humanity. I promise you that when I went into service, guys, and I leaned back, my world changed in 24 hours. And not that my world wasn't amazing to begin with, because I have a pretty damn amazing life, right? But in 24 hours, my world changed. And you're going to see that story along my journey. And I can't reveal it yet, but I will promise you to tell you. The great thing is guys, the book of destiny is yours. You get to step into that circle of greatness that you are, this powerful energy of you and this higher version of you that no one can knock down. And when someone tries to take you down, you smile, you wink, and you say, I love you, and this is yours. And you keep going. And you write down, and you know, and here's the specific steps that I'm going to teach you now of how to manifest the life of your dreams. And guys, my life, there has, and I, you know, raw and real, you know, you guys have been on this journey with me. There have been moments where it's been greatness, and there have been moments where my life has been a craziness, right? But then there's moments where I know that this is not my lesson to learn. People will level you. People will try to bring you down. People will always try to keep you at the emotional level, intelligence level that they're at. Spiritual maturity is rising, saying you love them, sending them on their way, and figuring out your next step. You can negotiate your life. You get to choose. your life. And so the law of attraction and manifestation is a really, really huge in this today's society, right? Everybody wants the life of their dreams. But what many don't teach is the real thing of manifestation. Manifestation is creation coming through you. Have you ever had an idea and been like, oh my God, this is the greatest idea I've ever had in my entire life? Oh, no, I'm not going to do it. Or I'm just going to wait a little while. And then like 3 weeks later, or a month later, or a year later, someone has that exact product. Someone has that exact idea. Your gifts are not your own. And when you understand that your gifts are not your own, that's where your power is in the book of your destiny. Yet you have to live in this 3D world, right? So how do you merge your gifts not being your own, this beautiful gift coming through you? Energy is fluid. If you say no, it will go to someone else. I promise. So you get opportunities in life. God, source, the universe gives you opportunities to give these messages out to the world, or bring these things out to the world, or be the greatest version of you, or live into your destiny. And you get to say yes or no. When you say no, the energy goes to someone else immediately. My conversation with God all day, every day is, God, this is too tough. This is too tough for me. I don't want this. This is not mine. How can I be better? Is this serving humanity? Is this the greatest and highest good for everyone that's involved? If it is not yes to the greatest and highest good for everyone involved, if it is not serving humanity, if it is not serving the earth and serving my destiny and serving my family and serving my kids, it's not, you can manifest anything. You can manifest money, you can manifest machines, you can manifest business partners, you can manifest whatever you want. But if it's not for the greatest and highest good of your destiny, it will be your worst enemy. It truly will. And so, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the exact process that I go through on my manifestation process. I work with energy, so it's a little bit different. I'm a quantum energy trainer, so I understand how to collapse time and space. And if you want to learn how to do that, go to my YouTube channel, because I think there's like 500 videos on there. So just go to the YouTube channel and find everything. But for the sake of time and for the sake of being on national television, we're going to talk about step-by-step process of what it takes to get to the highest version of yourself. First and foremost, you have to be clear and concise on exactly what you want, right? So my why, when I had that conversation with God this morning, was, my why is my kids and global impact. And that's it. And when I tell you my why is my kids and global impact, everyone that knows me knows my kids. I do their schedule first. 100%. They're my priority. And second is, making sure my cup is filled. And secondly is I'm making global impact. And my deal and my destiny with God was, I get to have divine love. I get to, travel the world. I travel the world. I run retreats. I get to have a TV show. I get to be ridiculous, right? And I get to be happy. I get to have love. I get to have abundance. The more wealth I have, the more that I'm going to build houses in Mexico, the more that I am going to go to Africa and build schools. You get to choose your destiny, right? You get to co-create it with the universe. I want you to be clear and concise on everything that you want, every area of your life. I want you to go through your health, your fitness, your finances, your love, money, business, children, every area of your life. What do you want from that space? What is it that you want from all of that? Because you get to have it all, guys. You get to have it all. From that space, when you're clear and concise, this is the big one. And this is where many people mess up the manifestation process, right? Is they're not willing to do the work. They want something, which is a very taking energy, right? It's a very narcissistic, it's a very egoic energy. It's incredibly low emotional intelligence and spiritual maturity. There's just none. And so when you're trying to manifest to take, because you're like, I need my cup to be filled, I need to be filled, that's when the universe is going to say, okay, I'll give you exactly what you want. Here's your ego hit. And that's what the lessons start. Exactly at that point. At that point where you get that ego hit from getting that manifestation from exactly what you thought you wanted, but it wasn't for the greatest and highest good, and it wasn't service-based, and it wasn't helping you, your family, humanity, or other people. You got that ego hit. And that is when your lesson is going to kick in. I promise you. I promise you that in that moment of manifestation, when you've merged with the energy that is a lower energy, all it takes to manifest is to actually be in alignment with whatever energy it is. You are in alignment with a lower energy. That's when your lesson's going to start. So be clear and concise in what you want, right? From that space, I want you to even go even further. What's going on in your life right now that's showing you where are you in lack? Where are you in anger? Where are you in hurt? Where are you in fear? Where are you in sadness? Where are you in guilt and shame? Are you not feeling good enough? Are you not feeling worthy? Are you not feeling safe, secure, and protected, lovable, or whole and complete? You're not doing the inner work, right? And so if it's not showing up in your reality, it's because it's not showing up because you're not doing the inner work, right? So be clear and concise on what you want. Take accountability for where you are, what actions you need to take for the next steps, right? And so write it down. I come out of meditation and I meditate twice a day, an hour in the morning and an hour at night. I set my intention in the morning. I meditate. I connect to God, source, spirit, in the universe. I get downloads. I write them down. I write everything down. I have built my business this way. I go through and then wake up, go through my day. At the end of the day, I literally review everything how my day went. Okay, did this happen? This happened. I go through, I rewrite down what I want to manifest. And from that space, I go back into meditation and I find out what the inner work that I need to do. Where was I with this? Was I at anger? Was I at fear? Was I at judgment? Where was I with this? When this came up in my life that was negative, where was I? When this came up in my life when I was positive, where was I? Right? And so that's the key, guys. It is an energetic game. I promise the manifestation process is an energetic game. But if you're doing it right, for the greatest and highest good, NLP, you guys know I'm an NLP trainer. It is mind hacking. If you mind hack in the right way, you're going to serve humanity, right? And so take accountability, figure out where you are, do the inner work, look at your deep, raw and real, your shadows, right? That is step one. Gathering as much information as possible. I am the observer of my life right now, and I see this happening. If someone was coming to you with that exact problem, what would you say to them? How would you react? Without judgment, without anything, right? Just looking at them from an outsider's perspective. That's what I want you to do with your life. This is how you get to your destiny, guys. Next step is you gather as much knowledge as possible. But here's the thing. You gather as much knowledge as possible about you, about the solution, about how you can be better. You absorb the solution. You become the solution. You understand that there's an infinite amount of possibilities. You believe it is possible. You know that you can move into something, right? You have to be clear on your intentions. You have to do the inner work to get there. You have to understand that you have to know all of the knowledge that is possible. You have to literally know what is going on, right? After you take accountability. From that space, literally, is where it's the difference between fate and destiny. Fate is you giving your power away. And many people stop right here at the manifestation process, guys. Many people right here, this is where they quit, right before the gold mine, right before the diamond on your finger, right before you leave that relationship, right before everything is about to work out. You leave that business right before everything in your life that you've ever dreamed of is going to change. You leave whatever it is because you don't feel worthy. You don't feel good enough. You don't feel safe, secure, and protected. You don't feel powerful enough. You don't feel connected to source and service enough to do it. So the next step is you have to believe it is possible. When you understand that you have the ability, you are more powerful than you ever know. And I say that is my staple line. I believe that from my soul. I believe every one of you are more powerful than you will ever know. I believe that there is an infinite amount of possibilities. I believe the universe has my back. I believe that I will always come out shining. I will always play. I will always laugh. I will always get to a higher vibration. Me and the universe dance. And I am not kidding you when I say I dance with the universe. I am not kidding you when I say I went through the dark night of the soul and you have to have the highs and the lows and the lows. But I have created everything in my life. Nothing has been given to me. I have created everything from my destiny. and my relationship with Source. That gives me more confidence than I can ever imagine, right? Whether it was being a TV host and going back through my life, that, you know, the quantum part of my life, the NLP part of my life, people will pull you down. They will try to level you. They will keep you at where you are. And more importantly, your subconscious and your unconscious mind will say, no, you should stay here because it's really, really safe for you here. Because if you try to move out of fate and if you try to move into your destiny, that's not safe. It's an unknown. It's a blank book. Are you kidding? Stay here with the safeness. The safeness is the last 4,000 years of humanity, right? How's that working out for you? Not so good. So from that space of confidence, God, Source, Universe, the I am presence is within you. I am a TV host. I am a retreat. I run retreats around the world. I am married to my divine love. I'm in the best shape of my life all day long, right? I write these down. I believe it. I know it in my soul. I visualize it. I mean, this morning I don't know if you guys saw my ridiculousness this morning in my kitchen, but I was like making coffee and my song came on. I was like, oh, pause. And I like put the camera on and I'm like, literally, I swear to you, I had no makeup on. I was in a hoodie and my hair was like mess. And my song came on. I'm like, oh, I got dance. I got jam. And I raised my vibration, right? At that moment, I didn't have fear. At that moment, I didn't have anger. At that moment, I was only in love. And I was like, I got to bring this love out to the world. I'm just going to push play. And that is the confidence that you have to have, guys. You don't have to be a TV host. You don't have to use your voice to empower millions, but you have to know that there's something within you that no one in this entire earth has except you. Everyone has something. Everyone has some beautiful form of greatness. The next level is trust, guys. And this was a big one for me. Trust, and we're going to go deep into trust and certainty in the next segment, right? And so the trust was a huge component. Guys, I am I'm insatiable. My brain is crazy. I love learning, right? I love learning. So I gather information. I love dancing with the universe. So I'm always the observer in my life. I'm always wondering how I can be the student and the teacher in the same breath. I am incredibly confident with my gifts. I'm not confident in teaching calculus because I'm terrible in math. I have no idea how I know quantum science, but I do. And, I trust. But I didn't trust. And I'm going to talk about that when we come back. I'm going to talk about trust and certainty when we come back from our commercial break, because we're running long right now. Our show today is sponsored by our Soul on Fire retreats. Guys, these are soul revival retreats. This year we're doing Tulum, we're doing Costa Rica, and we're doing Sedona. And I am so excited. I needed to pivot a little bit, but the greatest thing in the world is that it's still happening. And we're still taking you on this magical journey. And we're going to see the Mayan ruins. We're going to see the cenotes. We're going to go on ATVs. We're going to go zip lining. Guys, watch this video and just let it connect with your soul, because your soul is ready to be revived. We will be right back, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to the Soul on Fire show. Thank you so much for being here on the live. Thank you so much for those that are watching the replay. I promise you, whoever you are, and when you're watching this, it's going to change your life. I am Noelle Agape, and I am a leading expert in health, wellness, and consciousness. And my entire mission on this planet is to get you to the greatest version of yourself. And so today we are talking about the circle of greatness, your circle of greatness. We're talking about the book of fate and the book of destiny, and how fate is your parents and your past and all of the, the childhood and all of the things that you thought you couldn't do, and giving your power away to a different source. The book of destiny is a blank slate, and it is beautiful and it is wonderful, and you get to manifest the life of your dreams. Guys, so many people ask me, they say, Noelle, you run retreats around the world. I just have this I have a beautiful family. My kids are my soul. They're my angel. And it was not an easy journey, right? It is not an easy journey. One thing that you have to do is you have to be clear and concise. You have to be so powerful in your intention that it is more powerful than your fate, right? And so your fate is all of your karma. Your destiny is your dharma, and you get to choose and co-create your dharma, right? I'm clear on my intention. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know my purpose. I know I was supposed to bring my gifts out to the world, and I decided I'm a crazy adventure junkie. I'm going to merge adventure and meditation, and I'm going to really have fun, and I'm going to play in life, and I'm going to use my voice to change humanity, right? And you get to do that. You get to choose. And maybe for you, it's petting your dog or mountain biking or whatever it is. You get to choose what you get to bring to this world. It is your world to create, right? And you get to have all of the understanding and the knowledge. In one breath, you get to be the student. In the next breath, you get to be the teacher, but you get to do the inner work. You get to take accountability. You get to see where you're at. You get to change who you are. In becoming a different identity. We talked about this last week. It takes work. It takes diligence. You have to write it down every day. You have to visualize. You have to merge with the energy. You have to feel it, see it, know it. You have to know it's already in existence. You have to be the solution for it to happen. From that space, you have to have the confidence and understanding. You have to believe that it's possible. You have to know with your soul that it is done, right? You trust divine timing. You trust that. And that's the next thing we're going to talk about, right? You believe with full confidence that you can bring this gift out to the world. If you don't believe with full confidence that you have something to bring to this world, that's where you have your work to do. Because I promise you guys, every single one of you are here for a reason. You're here on purpose, for purpose, right? We are here for this as the collective. And the more that you go against people, the more that you don't go within, humanity is not going to change in the greatness. We can't change billions of lives at once, but we can change one life in a billion, and one life that is worth living and worth serving. And when God sees the sovereignty within you, mine is, okay, God, legit, I will take on the 10 billion people in this world, but I will not take on their karma. I will not take on their past, but I will bring this out. And it may resonate with some people, it may not, but I have done the inner work. I'm doing the inner work every single day to get better. That's my relationship with God. That's the confidence that you need to have to get there. The next level, guys, is trust. Trusting and understanding that there is a higher power above you that created the God source, the universe that created nature, right? Nature was around, the earth was around way before humanity. It will be around way after humanity. I promise you that. Humanity's only way of surviving is to understand that they have to do the inner work. We have created it and we get to change it. So the past, how do you separate from your past? How do you separate from your childhood? How do you not get stuck in healing the inner child, right? The wounded feminine and the wounded masculine. How do we not get stuck in the age of Pisces? That's a whole different subject, right? We're moved into the age of Aquarius, and that's insight, right? You trust. You trust your abilities. You trust the universe. You do the inner work. You pre-frame everything first. Divine timing, always. Something happened with my business this week, right? I thought Brie was coming on this whole journey with me. She's not coming on this journey with me. I had to pivot. COVID happened. I had 5 retreats planned last year. 5 retreats planned last year, guys. Retreats are a massive part of my business. I had to cancel all of my retreats. What happened? I was like, okay, well, I'm going to teach people NLP, and I'm going to teach people to be in the quantum. I'm certified to be a trainer. My business doubled because I canceled 5 retreats last year, right? This week, Bree was supposed to be on the show with me. We were supposed to do all this stuff, and she's got other things going on in her life. She can't, right? I stopped, and I was like, at first I was angry. At first I was frustrated. And then I paused and I said, there's something greater that is coming from this. Every person that leaves your life, and Bree hasn't left my life. We've just, as in our business, we've separated. But every person that lives your life, every circumstance that leaves your life, every relationship that you have, is you have to trust that it is a season, a reason, and a lifetime. And here's the difference. And I made a post about this, and I'm going to go a little bit deep into this. Connection is that instant energy that's like, oh, I love you. You make me feel good. Oh my God. Relationships take the work. The relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you can have. The relationship with God is the firm source, the universe. If you don't believe in God, you got to believe that there's a higher version of you, because look at your life. Unless you're living exactly the life of Christ consciousness, you got a lot of work to do. So, if you're still in a human body, you still have work to do. So with that being said, they may be in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, those beautiful gifts of lifetime. But if it's just a connection and it is not a relationship, it will not last. If it is a relationship that is just a season, that's not meant to be the reason or the lifetime, it won't last. If it is a reason that's just supposed to not be a season or not supposed to be your lifetime, it won't last. Your destiny will never, ever not find you. I'm going to say that again in a different way. Your destiny will always find you. The people, the circumstances, the places, the timing. Your destiny will always find you. If you are diligent and you do the steps before getting to trust, your destiny will always find you. You be clear on your intention. You do the inner work. You believe it is possible. You release all resistance that is around it. You trust completely, knowing that there is a higher power that you are working with. You lean back and you say, I'm in curiosity right now. So this happened and I was super frustrated and this came up. I was frustrated. I was angry. I was all of these things that came up. What was going on? Is it mine? Always ask yourself that. Is it mine? No, it's not mine. Do I want to attach it? Whose is it? Okay, it's this person's. Do I want to attach my energy and my karma to this person? Because if I'm attached to this, I've got to do their work with them. No, thanks. I'm good. My soul contracts, I'm going to break those soul contracts. I'm going to move into my sacred contract of my destiny. So relationships will leave your life that are not in divine alignment. So when they're not in divine alignment, you have 2 choices. Sometimes you handle them really well and you can walk away. Sometimes you get really upset. The 2 choices are this. You cannot change somebody else's life, period. You're not in charge of their life, their karma, their lessons, or their spiritual maturity, period. You are in charge of your life, your karma, and your spiritual maturity. Your emotional intelligence will allow you to move into spiritual maturity when you understand that. That is trust at its finest. The final piece is certainty. And when you have this inner knowing, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, and I'm sure you have at some point in your life. Certainty. When I get into certainty, it's kind of crazy because I work in the quantum world, right? So I really do. And I joke about it. And this is not even like, this is as raw and real as I can possibly be. I really do manipulate time and space. I manipulate my brain. I manipulate my energy. I manipulate my world. I quantum jump into different personalities and I play with the universe, right? And so with that being said, the certainty is this inner knowing. Guys, have you ever had this feeling this feeling of, I'm not allowed to curse because it's raw on national television, but I'll pause and not curse. Aaron, thank you. Aaron's my executive producer. So this feeling of certainty is, I know with all of my soul, my heart, my mind, my spirit, it's just done. And I don't even care if it shows up. Raw and real, like I'm so detached from the outcome right now that I'm going to play. I'm going ziplining. I'm going to do my life. I'm going to film my show. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to run the retreat anyway. I'm going to, whatever happens, you have to have complete certainty that the universe has your back and that it is going to happen for the greatest and highest good. So part of the surrender piece is, and here's the difference. We have been taught to say, thy will be done. And I'm super spiritual. I believe in thy will be done. But my new thing now in the shamanistic world, and thank you, Alberto, is saying our will be done. God, for the greatest and highest good, how can I serve humanity, myself, my children, everybody that's around me? What can I do in my space? Take crazy ass action, because action is going to change your life. You can't sit back and meditate. You can't sit back and do any of these steps without action, guys. When you understand that you take inspired action right before certainty, right before trust, and you're confident enough to know that you do the action, you do the work, right? The inner work and the outer work, because it takes both. Then you move into trust and you move into certainty. Certainty is like, it's kind of like a little game. It really is. It's like, all right, let's go. And so certainty is, it doesn't have to show up. You surrender the outcome. It doesn't have to show up as a specific person. It doesn't have to show up in the color pink. It doesn't have to show up as a specific thing. It doesn't have to show up in the exact Mercedes. Sometimes it does, right? My car, my house, things like material things, I can super easily manipulate and manifest, right? But my white Jeep, I manifested my white Jeep, and my trip to Tulum, I manifested it exactly the way it was. But the retreat may or may not be with Brie, right? And it's the my divine partner. It's an energy of something. When you understand certainty is an energy, nothing more. Manifestation is an energy, nothing more. Your destiny is an energy, nothing more. You get to change the energy. Energy doesn't go away. It just gets transmuted. So you get to decide where you are. Do you like where you are? Oh, no. Okay. Well, let's learn. Let's do the inner work. Let's learn everything I need to know about what's going on in the situation as the observer. Let's gain all the knowledge I possibly can about the solution of it. Let's believe it's possible, confident, knowing I have a gift to bring to the world. Trust and surrender, complete certainty that it's already done. When you're at certainty, it is the play phase. You just don't care. Really? That sounds so arrogant, but you just don't care. Why? Because it will show up for the greatest and highest good. I've done my work. Now I get to move on to do something else. I got tons of work to do because I'm still embodied in a human body, right? I got tons of people I can save. I got 10 billion people that me and God have made an arrangement with. So if it's not one person that I'm going to change, I got 10 billion other people that I could work on. I got 7 other practitioners that I can run a retreat with, right? You just don't care. And I know it sounds obnoxious, but you don't care. And why don't you care? Because I know it's going to happen with the greatest and highest good. Everything is always working out for you. It may seem like everything is working out for you, but when the manifestation process you go through the manifestation process, the greatest gift in the world, guys, is that you get to understand that your destiny is just not going to show up unless you're in perfect divine alignment with it. A manifestation can show up, but you're manifesting all day, every day. Go through every area of your life. What is life showing you? Do you feel worthy? Do you feel good enough? Do you feel safe, secure, and protected? Do you feel lovable? Do you feel whole and complete? Are you just so insecure that you're running from your destiny because you don't have the confidence in you? Do you not trust what's going on in the universe? Do you not trust that there's a higher power? What happens often is we get to the confident level, and that's either where the blocks start. I don't feel confident enough that I can do this. I'm in fear. Or the trust. That's a big one, right? Between 1 and 5, most of the work that I do with my clients is on about 3 and 4. Why? Because it's either their inner work that they haven't done and they're not ready for, and there's some consciousness holding them back, or 2, 4 is they don't have enough relationship with their higher self to trust, and they're not connected to divinity. So how do you change your life? You make a conscious choice on a daily basis. How do you change your manifestations and everything that's showing up in your life? It's choice. How do you write your book of destiny? It's choice. How do you step into your circle of greatness? It is choice. Your greatness, your power, your divinity, your manifestations, your experience here on earth is your choice. I'm going to say that again. When you think that you don't have a choice, you're living in the fate of the higher being. And there is a higher being of yourself, God, source, the universe. God doesn't want you to give away your power. The source of earth, the universe, doesn't want you to give away your power. It wants to show you your power. It wants to show you how magnificent you are. You have some gift to bring to this world that you are not leading into. Fear will come up often in this process of moving into your destiny. Worthiness will come up often when you're moving into your destiny. Life will come up. When you are not ready to merge with the energy of your destiny, you are merging with the energy of fate. You have 2 choices in that moment. Stay where you are and go back, or become the greatest version of you. That's it. I'm asking you to rise. Humanity needs you. The universe, God's source, is asking you to rise. Life will teach you. Life will show you every moment of everything that is going on in your inner world. Do the inner work. Don't run. Don't be a coward. We need courageous, heart-sent leaders. We need you to rise because humanity depends on it. We will be right back, guys. Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here on the live. Thank you those that are watching me on the replay. My name is Noelle Agape, and I am a leading expert in health, wellness, and consciousness. I am so grateful for you. And today I am grateful for all that I get to teach and I got to learn. I got to learn these lessons over the last couple of months, and I get to teach them out to you. I am so grateful for this platform because a God source, the universe, has allowed me to do that, right? And so today we learned about our fate. We learned about destiny. We learned about how you can tap into your circle of greatness. We learned that it is an energy that you choose. We learned that your fate and your karma is really truly your past, and your destiny and your dharma and is your future. So your soul contracts that you have that are showing up in your life are just the lessons. And then that's what I'm going to go a little bit about into right now, very, very quickly, is soul contracts, sacred contracts, karma, and dharma. So your karma is your past. It is truly, if you believe in spirituality, then it is your past lives, or just your younger self if you don't believe in past lives. And your dharma is your destiny. It is why your soul has jumped in and said, hey, let's do this. So your soul contracts go along with your karma, and your soul contracts are your lessons that other souls have taught you, that you have agreed to with God, source, in the universe, and these other people to learn these lessons, right? They are teaching you how to get to your destiny. They are showing you where you're out of alignment with your destiny. They are showing you where you need to do the inner work, right? The sacred contract is your contract with God, source, and the universe, and your highest self, that your soul has said, I'm going to take this and I am going to expand. So I'm going to learn the lesson of, like, I grew up with an abusive alcoholic father, and I was sexually molested. And I say that in without a story attached to them, because I've done so much inner work on that, meaning, but it truly did allow me to have a broken masculine that I had to work on in my life, right? So those were all the soul contracts, and all the lessons that I had to learn in my life were the wounded masculine, right? I had to find my own inner masculine in myself, in my business, in my family, in my life. Everyone has feminine and masculine energies. It's not a he, she thing. It's just balancing the feminine and masculine energies. I also had to deal with the wounded of the feminine, right? Of the neediness and the codependency and all of those things. That's what my soul contracts were. I've done a lot of work on those, still probably have more work to do, and always growing. Your destiny is your calling in life, right? And so you break the soul contracts. You decide that your fate is not who you are. Your past is not who you are. Your destiny, your karma, and your destiny, your dharma, and your sacred contracts, those are a choice. Those are your negotiations with God and source. I'm going to change humanity, period. Like, Oprah, I'm ready for you to pass me the mic or be on your show. I'm ready for that. So whenever the universe is ready for that, I'm going to have a conversation with Deepak and Oprah, and we're going to change humanity together. So that's my choice and my destiny. And I get to negotiate with God, right? Me and my kids get to be healthy. I get to do this I get to play for a living. I get to teach for a living. I get to be the student in one breath and the teacher in another. I had to go through all of my soul contracts before I got to my destiny. Again, my destiny is always growing. I'm only 50 years old. I got 52 more years on this planet, then I'm going to change humanity, right? And so my destiny is to bring love and light into this world. And when you understand what your destiny is, when you understand that the soul contracts, your sacred contracts are completely different things, when you understand that your karma does not have to, your past does not have to define you as your present and your future, meaning that you get to change. Your dharma is your destiny. Your dharma is always, always, always a choice. Your dharma is always, always going to pull you, and it is always going to find you. I promise you that, guys. If this information was beneficial to you, please, please, please share it out to the world, because my entire mission at Noelle Agape Global is to help humanity rise. It is to get you to the greatest version of yourself. Guys, we have practitioners on staff that will teach you anywhere from NLP to quantum to yoga to health and wellness. It is all things health and wellness at Noelle Agape Global. If you want to go even deeper, come to our retreats, or we're having a retreat in Tulum, and we're going to change your life. This is a soul revival retreat. You will learn how to do everything that I've talked about today. You will learn how to connect to your destiny. You will learn how to become the greatest version of you. You will learn your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit connection. You will learn who you are and what you want to do. You will learn where to go, and we're going to play. We're going to go on ATVs. We're going to go, on the Mayan ruins. We're going to do all of these amazing things, guys. I cannot wait to join us in June. We're going to Costa Rica. We're going to Sedona. We have a year of a tour that is a soul revival tour. I promise you guys, it will change your life. Again, if this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe it, because one, that helps me on YouTube and 360 and where everywhere on my platforms. But two, if you share this information out to humanity, we get to change more lives. I want you to understand how powerful you truly are. You have a gift, and you not using that gift, and you facing fear, and you saying that there is nothing that is going to stop your destiny. You saying yes, you gather the information, you literally are, you're clear on your intention. You gather as much knowledge about yourself as possible. You are confident and you believe that you can do it. You trust in the timing of the universe and you live in complete certainty. You can change this world. You are more powerful than you will ever know. Believe it. I love you from my soul and I believe in you. Bring your gift to the world. Humanity needs you.